What up, man? I'm already subscribed to you. So what I did was I unsubscribed, resubscribed, defriended you, unsubscribed again, added you as a friend again, and then subscribed to you again. So take that. Basically, I think what you're talking about is more of a pantheistic idea than anything, which kind of takes God and uses it in a different sense, than what is traditionally meant. Taking a word like God and sort of implying some of the characteristics in a more practical way, such as what you're talking about as we are our own God, in the sense of like, okay, so when we're talking to God, we are talking to ourselves. Some people would disagree with that, but we have a God part of our brain. I'm dead serious. We have a part of our brain that they would call the God part, the part that prays, the part that hopes, the part, that part of the brain. And so, yeah. And some of the ideas that are commonly put with God, such as powerful, all knowing, all seeing, all acting, all wise, all living, intelligent, eternal. I don't know. So basically, we are our own God in the sense of we control ourselves. We control all that we own. Not completely, actually, but we control what we do. So we are our own God. We know all that we know. The problem is we aren't all powerful. We can't control everything we do. If I wanted to fly, could I? No. Um, Also, I don't have complete control. For example, if I had a heroin addiction, it would be very difficult. I could do it, but it would be very difficult not to go grab the needle, stick it into my skin, and press down. That would take a lot of strength not to do that. And some people just wouldn't have the control to do that. You know why? Because their body was taking control over them. So are we really our own God? Philosophically, I mean, it could be said that we are, as far as controlling ourselves, and we do need to have that control. We do have a control over everything we do, and we have an indirect control on everything that happens to us, but not everything. I would agree with you that what we do affects what happens in the future more than we may think. Have you ever heard of the whole idea of kill a butterfly in the past and it will drastically change the present, or it could drastically change the present? How how much truth is there to that? It's very possible that such an idea is very true, and I've always I'm gonna make a video very soon. I think you'd like to watch this. Talking about why we do not really have free will. I think that you may find that interesting, what I have to say in there. But yeah, I think your view on God is really pretty intelligent. You're a smart dumb guy. um, but yeah, I like what you had to say about God, and I would agree with you on some of the religious people need to be respectful. They need to understand not everyone sees it how they do, and I think if they tried to see it from a different perspective, then they would probably understand. Maybe not change their mind, but understand why people don't like what they believe, why people don't agree with what they believe. I think once you put yourself into someone else's shoes, you understand them a little bit better, and you understand why they are how they are. Maybe some of us atheists, if we were put into a Christian's shoes, we might understand it a little bit better. But it's hard not to get frustrated when people are telling you you're following the devil and you're gonna go to hell. But you kind of, from what I've seen, is sort of like a pantheism, which is sort of a light atheism in the you're taking God and it's not something supernatural per se. As for the afterlife, I respect you for not knowing, for simply just saying I don't know what's going to happen in the afterlife, and Frankly, I don't believe in an afterlife, but that's because a lot of, from what I've seen, a lot of what happens, it's all controlled by the brain, and I believe that. It's controlled by the brain. I'd like to believe in an afterlife, though, but I don't. I just don't see the evidence that there is one. I think a lot of us assume some sort of afterlife of some sort, but I really just don't see the evidence that there is one. And even if there was one, the evidence that it would be the Christian afterlife is like if you take the possibility of the Christian afterlife, it's not very at all. So yeah, I like what you have to say, and I pretty much agree with you. Spike here, peace out.